ground with whatever character I play, which tends me to play scared, and he punishes me playing scared or when I'm playing courageous. He's just covering ground perfectly, as you would say.
Yeah. So I think there is like around a quarter to a half stage length of a threat zone that Entropy definitely covers when it comes to the general landing of his opponents. And as long as you're around the outside or onto the platform, you're never really going to see Entropy going for any form of sharking. But the immediate time that you drop from a platform or land off of some form of nair, and he's not expecting you to shield, he's always going to wave dash forward and then immediately go for a down smash. Oh, immediate stock taken.
Yeah, not much can be done there.
And especially with Captain Falcon, you don't really have to be going for all of the fancy stuff when it comes to, like, you don't have to go for cuckolds. You can just go for the general grab near ledge, down throw down air, and then immediately get the kill confirmed, just because he is of that fast faller quality. So him reaching the ground is actually better for ice climbers rather than general floaties who have a easier time SDIing out. So laying it forward with that double jump. Oh, and immediately being caught out. Just covering that landing once again. We're seeing Fury. He has to immediately go for some form of landing aerial, rather it be a back air or stomp. One of the hardest, possibly defense options that Fury has in store. He has to make sure that his offense is so consistent that it's practically defending him every time he's landing.
Something he's told me is that against ice climbers, the best thing you can do is push them in and shield as Falcon, and then either jump or double jump baiting, but still land if they're still shielding, either down or a knee, to keep that safe pressure.
Oh, you tried to get a little greedy off of the immediate up air, trying to build that percent, getting out of the corner. Strong situation for Entropy as he has the stage control just due to the fact that Fury is playing really scared at 129. Ooh, very risky. Trying to kill Nana. Oh, continuation of combo. And it just lined up perfectly.
Nana just wanted to be like, I'll be with my man in life and death.
Yeah, Fury being very patient, just trying to throw out any general concerns from Entropy, just because I think Entropy's mentality is probably the weakest format of, or probably like the weakest facet of him as a player, just because he can be broken mentally so easily. Being able to wait out that extra second is probably one of the strongest tools when playing against Entropy, because he is so fixated on when you are going to land on like certain specific opportunities. Working forward for the down throw into the immediate tech chase, but because a little too slow onto the punish, Fury just immediately... Jarrett looking at me.
He's probably thinking you're saying Zug Zug right now.
It's just like, he knows he's at some form. Oh. And that's that fast faller quality. Fury has to be very, very careful. Having to buffer a roll on some weak hit down airs. Yeah, going ham on Nana with the nair. That should be it.
This game's winner.
Yeah, he's already getting unconfident. He's already thinking.
Well, I think at a certain point, Entropy definitely checking his P's and Q's. Having to reset his controller basically makes him state, is everything okay? He's trying to check the flaws in his game plan overall, because he did have such a strong lead in the beginning, but his defense options, especially with how Fury was playing, because it was so horizontally inclined towards like the stage, he was, I think he like kneed 9 times just trying to vary where Entropy was going to land, and just being that fast and that innate in his own skill makes Entropy a little too slow to immediately go for the punish. He has to, at that point, it's not him seeing where you're landing, he has to start predicting where you're about to land. I think that's one of the biggest difficulties that Entropy is having. Immediately switching the basis, because Fury holding that pocket Ice Climbers.
I'm more than sure he's going for tilt factor right now.
I mean, they definitely talked it through. That's why Entropy just played Fox and Fury immediately played Ice Climbers.
Do we have enough to Hamlets here? Or?
I couldn't tell you. If he's going for that forward smash, most likely not hand warmers. And we're going to see a large difference in game plan because Fury is a very... he definitely feels the game more than he thinks it, if that makes sense. So, during the opportunities, he doesn't look towards the desyncs, and he's not going to be doing anything too crazy like we've seen from players like Tech Boy, Entropy, Cuck Daddy, or even just like any general Ice Climbers player. It's mainly win in neutral and then very consistent combo using the fact that Ices do what 20 to 30 damage per smash attack per hit. Yeah, it's pretty absurd. It's like high 20s, am I right, Arsenals? It's like 26 to something. Oh, on down throw, yeah. And then abusing the fact of the tech chase, having Nana be such a prime defense option, just being there as an entity, very strong. Because any form of get-up attack, you can actually desync wave dash Nana forward and then have her eat the get-up attack. Oh, that was sick.
Finally pulled it off. Went for that earlier, but
Wow.
just missed him. Fox is just low enough, but this time catches him perfectly.
I didn't think he was actually going to go for some desync shenanigans, but Fury proving me wrong. Oh, great SDI coming out from Entropy, but
Again, like Entropy catching him on landing.
yeah, he's getting a little too antsy. Entropy always wants to go for that rebuttal.
And
It
also,
seems very ingrained in his gameplay.
that, and he also opts to never go for ledge with up B. I believe every time so far he's gone for on stage.
Yeah.
Catching him running.
Yeah, this Sopo definitely where Fury's Ice Climber shine, just because he is so comfortable playing that singular character. Ooh, popping off the burst movement. Oh, poor grab range. Yeah,
Good
Entropy
stage.
is seeking it with jab up smash. He did it 3 to 4 times. I don't know what else you're supposed to expect.
Yeah, if it worked, it's sure its fault.
That shine, great, just to separate. Oh, dash attack,
Dash
no
dunk on
form of
fast
grab.
follow, so good.
Woo! Tried to be really slick off of that top
Up B.
platform. And he had all the time in the world. Fury moving on 2-0 against Entropy. This was actually a closer matchup, I think, throughout the last season. But Fury just evolving so quickly.